So guys, the crypto markets are trading sideways. It is Easter weekend, so a lot of people are with their families right now. Everyone's anticipating the price action around Ethereum, and some people think that we're going to be ripping up based off of the price action that we're currently seeing. Other people think that we're pretty much just staying in the same zone. But today I want to walk you guys through the news events, price action on Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, exactly the breakdowns that we've been seeing in the past few days, and exactly what you need to be aware of, and the markets opening up on Monday. But if you guys are new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, altcoins, how liquidity shifts, and exactly what you need to be aware of so that you can position yourself correctly. Last week we had Powell speaking, we had Trump talking about exactly possibly firing Powell. We had the talks of potentially a negotiation between China and the US with the tariffs, and right now there's a lot of different things, guys, moving around with the news events as well as price action and liquidity. So you guys need to be aware of all this information, and I'm going to run you guys through everything you need to be aware of in a quick update moving up to Sunday and Monday. Let's go and jump into it. So guys, like how I said, the crypto markets are trading sideways right now. Bitcoin's currently sitting at around 85,280. We saw a little bit of a pump yesterday, guys, with Good Friday, but right now we are starting to see a little bit of just choppy price action. Everyone's wondering where we're going to be headed. Ethereum saw a little bit of green action today, but is also just kind of chopping sideways, waiting to see exactly what's going to be happening, especially with the price action around Bitcoin, because that's where most of assets follow. Right now the total 2 chart is also following the price action on Ethereum after seeing some green yesterday on Good Friday. Now kind of just seeing a little bit of red, trading sideways in the market. Bitcoin dominance did see a decent downward shift from that 64% zone all the way down to 63.75%. Now this isn't much. This could just be a retest of this zone, just pretty much bouncing at support. But overall right now we need to be keeping up with this specific chart. Just let us know exactly if altcoins are going to be getting squeezed more. USDT dominance as well, guys, has been chopping down ever since Bitcoin dominance has been falling down. Currently sitting at around 5.45%, was really close to hitting that 6% zone, but overall, guys, we're just keeping up with these assets to let us know exactly where liquidity is shifting and how investors are allocating in their portfolios. Right now, guys, a lot of eyes are on the price action on Ethereum and how we're pumping right now on the weekend, starting on Friday, which was yesterday, and today's Saturday. People get super bullish very quickly, which this is why people get skewed with their perspectives in the market and what people are saying. So don't get so hyped off of what's going to be happening with Ethereum and everything. That's why even Zach says ETH pumping on a weekend. Is this time finally different? But overall, there's a lot of talks about Ethereum, the price action that we're currently seeing, and some zones that we're testing that could be super bullish. But at the end of the day, we're still waiting for more news events around Trump and the negotiations with China, and a little bit more information as well from Powell, and some mixed narratives with firing Powell and a few other different things. So everyone's pretty much keeping their eyes on Ethereum, but then there's funny posts like this one that are just talking about how we're not really having much of a move and we're just trading sideways. It is Easter weekend, guys, so a lot of people are with their families, not necessarily looking at the markets too much, but people are talking about how we could be bottoming out. And when CryptoCon kind of talks about this with a bullish retest based off of kind of what we're seeing in a healthy reset. But we're gonna jump into this chart here in a second. But overall, it is Easter, guys, so I hope you guys are spending time with your family. I'm gonna keep you guys updated with all this information. I'm actually gonna go with my family a little later today and go watch a movie as well, but I'm still gonna keep you guys updated with what you need to be aware of as a crypto trader and investor in the markets, just because I know I needed this information and I want to provide it to y'all as well. But with Easter weekend, guys, there's not a lot moving around other than a little bit of bullish price action that we saw on Friday. The biggest things you guys need to be aware of is the speech that was given by Powell last week, talking about the tariffs, how it's having an effect on the markets, and overall the US, and potentially a recession that could be going into place. And overall, there's a lot of different key messages that people took from the speech from Powell. I have one great one right here. The level of tariff increases announced so far is significantly larger than anticipated, and the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, Fed Chair Powell has said. So he believes that the markets are still going to be seeing much more of an effect, and if that's the case, guys, Bitcoin's going to be deviating more, and as a result, altcoins, guys, are going to be following as well. But a lot of people have different perspectives. Right now, Trump is talking about how we can be seeing a lot of money coming in from the tariffs, and that we could be potentially replacing the income taxes, which is not going to happen. But overall, there's just a lot of bullish sentiment talking about exactly how the government is, perceiving crypto, and also these tariffs and everything in terms of this trade war that is taking place. Everyone's anticipating the markets opening back up on Monday. So it's really, a waiting game just to see exactly how we close out the weekend, and then how the markets open up on Monday. There's a lot of talks. A director of the National Economic Council has said, says 100% no recession later on this year. So a lot of bullish news coming out, but at the end of the day, numbers lie. Numbers don't lie, people do. So at the end of the day, you gotta be really, really stingy with the perspectives, and also put a grain of salt on all the posts that you see. Overall though, Crypto Mitch now talks about the fear in the market and the perspectives right now, and I think this is a great perspective. During periods of uncertainty and fear, the expectations for the upcoming period turn into extreme bear modus. And it's so true. A lot of people are talking about how if we don't see, a potential deal in Q2, we're going to be seeing much more deviations. Elio Trades talked about that, and I completely agree with it. That's what's fueling all of the turmoil in the markets, all of the green, all of the red, everything like that. That's why when we saw a little bit of relief on the China tariffs and a little bit of what the US was doing, and the pause with a few other countries, that's whenever we started to see a little bit of green. And then from there, it just kind of got all wiped out on Friday whenever Trump said, nah, I'm not pulling back on anything. But overall, he goes on to say that means that the valuations which people predict assets go to are irrationally lower than what the actual outcome will likely bring. So right now, more likely we could be seeing more deviations, but a lot of coins have already bottomed out, which is why I've been telling y'all to look for good positions, dollar cost average, wait for more information to come out, and then from there, learn how to, keep on navigating. We do this on a day-to-day basis, and then from a week-to-week basis. From there, you can understand where you kind of want to hold out on your dry powder, and then when you want to start allocating. But overall, this is a great perspective, just letting you know that a lot of people just get in super bear mode and just pretty much have stupid, dumb valuations, talking about recessions and all the bad news, not focusing on the good. And CryptoCon, this is the biggest chart that I wanted you guys to focus on. This is a great chart showing the retest of the money flow and index resets, pretty much on previous bull cycles and currently what we're seeing right now. And I want you guys to focus on the bottom section of this with a healthy reset and a bearish reset in previous zones that we saw back in 2018, in 2021, and 2022, and right now how we're in 2025 and we're pretty much past these zones. But overall, it says two things. This is a healthy reset for Bitcoin, not the start of the bear market, and then the true bull run has not come in any way. This is the prevailing theme across data. And overall, guys, we've seen these specific zones back in 2018 and back in 2021 and 2022. Whenever we hit very nasty valuations with the money flow index and then securities, if you aren't aware of the money flow index and securities and how money is valuated and all that stuff, go look into that stuff, guys. But this is pretty much a perspective and just showing exactly how money is doing and exactly the reset that we're currently seeing. Right now, based off of exactly the correction that is taking place in April, this is a healthy reset, and if we keep staying on this trend, more than likely we're going to be seeing a lot of crazy price action moving into 2025, more than likely happening right at the end of 2025. But if we look at my altcoin portfolio, guys, you can see that there is green and there is red in this chart, and I'm sure your altcoin portfolio looks the same. Some of your assets are doing good, others not so much, and different perspectives based off of the sectors that you're invested in. Some people AI, some people gaming, some people RWA, some people meme coins, and then there's a lot of other different things that go into it. But swiping everything to the side, guys, it is Easter weekend. A lot of people are with their families, so there's not that much going on right now. There's price action on Ethereum, which is causing a lot of bullish sentiment, but that doesn't matter. We really need to see exactly how the markets are going to be opening up on Monday, and talks about a negotiation between China and the US, how Trump is pretty much still perceiving Powell and potentially firing him. Don't know if that's true or not, but there's a lot of speculation, and as a result, there's a lot of mixed sentiment. People do not know what's going to be happening. Right now, the best thing to do is sit on your hands and wait for more information. I have some dry powder, and based off of exactly what's going on, the green in the markets, I kind of don't want to allocate just just yet. I kind of want to wait until tomorrow, potentially even until the markets open up on Monday, to see exactly if we're going to be opening up in the red, especially if we get some bad news from Trump or China or any specific things within this trade war that is taking place. But right now, guys, is a waiting game. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events. So if you're new to my channel, check out the rest of my content. Like how I said, I keep you guys updated with the day-to-day events, price action around Bitcoin, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and exactly how you can position yourself while all this is going on. It is Easter weekend, so it's a holiday. Not the same, guys, as every other weekend. A lot of people are with their families. They're not doing a lot of trading. So as a result, we're seeing a little bit of green, a little bit of red, but everything is just kind of stationary, which is why we're really anticipating how the markets are going to be opening up on Monday. And tomorrow is going to be a lot of talks about futures and exactly what people are anticipating for the market. So tomorrow I'm going to be dropping an update on that as well as my crypto portfolio. So make sure you stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know where you're at on your journey. Let me know what you think of my perspective on the markets. Let me know what you're watching right now. What do you think is going to be happening? Do you think Powell's going to be get fired? Do you think Trump and China are going to be having a negotiation anytime soon? Let me know what you guys think is going to be happening. I'd love to hear everyone's perspective and where you're at in your journey. But I drop day-to-day content, so stay tuned, guys, and hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Peace.